Hey, I'm Marina.
And I'm Emily.
And I've seen everything in the Sex and the City empire 10,000 times.
And I'm starting fresh.
So I'll be woman-splaining the show.
And I'm along for the ride.
But there's a twist. We are starting with And Just Like That and working our way back to the beginning.
So in other words, we're watching it backwards and in high heels.
This is City and the Sex. Welcome back for the last time. Just kidding. But we are at the season finale of season 5 of Sex and the City. A really quick little blip of a season.
Yeah, it is like it's a little taste. It's kind of weird. It's like season 6 is split in half, but I feel like it's like part 1, 2, and 3 of season 6.
Yes, it does sort of feel like that. I feel like 5 and 6, it'll be interesting. I feel like 1, 2, and 3 are really connected. 4 is, I forget if people love 3 or 4 most, but 4 is sort of like, it's sort of crystallized. And then I feel like 5, 6, and the movies are like in their own universe.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's accurate.
That's like that's the parabola.
Okay.
That we've put together.
Okay, yeah. And our version of IMDb ratings is just Marina's like vibe parabola.
Yeah.
Before we get started, I do want to share one thing. Now that the season is over, I have some reading that I want to catch up on. So I want to just give a shout out to this book. This is not paid promotion. I really am just shilling for this book. It's called Sex Change in the City. Do you know about this book?
Why have I heard about it? It sounds familiar.
Yes. So this is by Tuck Woodstock and Nico Stratus, but shout out to Tuck Woodstock. They're a writer that does a lot of like media and pop culture writing that is also related to like LGBTQ stories and like specifically like trans stories, etc. And this is like an anthology of like mini essays about Sex and the City, but like through the like LGBTQ lens and stuff like that. And it's just like relationships and sex in general and stuff like that. Super fun. I have been sitting here waiting to start this book because I was told by my friend Casey, shout out to Casey, who got this, like, let's just wait a little bit for spoilers, basically. It was like, I know all the main things, or at least I will probably know the main things by the time we finish the season. And it's like, yeah, we've referenced season 4 events in this season, so I'm like, I'm caught up. I know this stuff.
That's awesome. Also, the perfect episode to drop this book in, can I say?
Absolutely. I am so excited for this essay. So also, everyone should just go pick up one of these right now and consider it required reading for continuing this podcast.
Yes. I will be picking up a copy, unsigned. No, just kidding. But I will be picking up a copy as well because I'll say it's so funny that you bring this up because I'm really leaning into companion book culture. So as many of you may know, I started watching The Sopranos because I was basically bullied into it my whole life because being Italian in the United States of America, people kept asking me if my life was Sopranos, forgetting that my parents came here as PhD people in the late 70s. So a little different.
So Tony is your uncle twice removed.
Twice removed in Jersey. Anyway, so there were a couple episodes that were like really heavy and I felt like I didn't have anybody to really talk to about them. And then I looked into companion books and I like bought a companion book that goes episode by episode. It's these like famous critics or whatever. And I loved it because it was like, I got a little like digestive, at the end of each episode, like, yes, I did notice too, the ducks, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I will be picking up this absolutely for sure. What a perfect way to bring in the LGBTQ lens into this episode. This episode is, as I said, season 5, episode 8. I love a charade. It is the season finale. Emily, what is your one word for this episode?
My one word is the timeless Nathan Lane.
Yes. My one word is I love this man, which was, I know, fully been my refrain like all season long, but like I was like, I love a charade. I love this man.
Yeah.
I just have to like, we're on Tangent Central. Okay. It's the season finale. So we're allowed to have this episode be 2 hours. That's how this works.
You all know the rules.
Nothing makes me happier than Nathan Lane. I think it's because out of the like 10 VHSs that we owned in my house growing up, which were basically the only things I really could watch because we didn't have cable or anything, was Mousetrap, which was this like failed DreamWorks slapstick movie that like nobody saw except me, I guess. And he was in it, and it's like this whole slapstick thing where they like chase this mouse in this house. I recommend everybody watch it. It is a classic hit with some light sexism in it, of course. And
Of course.
I just think my like bond and association with Nathan Lane was like born from that. And like anything I see him in, like, what a joy, what a pleasure. I'm like, I'm going to go see Death of a Salesman because he's in it on Broadway. Because even though that play is depressing as hell, I'm like, I got to see my guy Nathan do it.
We got to see Nathan. He got me to go watch Waiting for Godot. And if you can get Emily in a Beckett play.
I mean, there's something about the timbre of his voice.
Yeah.
It's just so unique. It's so pleasant. It's so loud. I don't know how to say it other than the way he says stuff makes me happy.
Yeah.
And every time I see this, what a full circle for you to finally see. Can you imagine how hard it was for me to hold this back that he was Bitsy's husband?
Yes. If you have been listening since and just like that seasons,
done.
I knew that Bitsy shows up and she and Carrie bond over talking about their dead husbands. And then Marina dropped this, oh, Emily moment of like, wait till you see who her husband is. If you gave me 100 guesses, I don't think I would have guessed it was like ambiguous orientation Nathan Lane character that they'll introduce. This is absolutely not what I thought. What a delight. The minute that Bitsy shows up and they're like, we're getting married, I was like, do I stand and clap?
Yeah. National anthem.
This is amazing.
Yeah. A great Hamptons themed episode as well, but
very fun. Very fun. It's an episode that it's an episode that like it is a great Hamptons themed episode, and it's for an episode that's not in New York, somehow feels very New York. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I feel like this episode is really great for like in the 90s at that tier, everybody's connected. So it's like Bitsy knows Samantha through PR. Carrie knows Nathan through like being scrappy. Like Miranda gets to come because she's there. And then like Charlotte goes because Harry was her divorce lawyer. Like everything's like a circle.
Yes.
Loved that.
And I buy it completely because I'm like, yeah, that was the tiny world of New York, I guess.
Yeah. Loved it. So let's get into it. We open on the 4 girls at dinner, and Carrie has this very sort of a wordy explanation saying, in the ever expanding galaxy of New York City, where heavenly bodies pull you into their orbit, like every once in a while, there are gravitational pulls that drift in and out. And Bobby, Nathan Lane character, is one of those gravitational pulls. And we learn that he is, a very famous piano bar player. And we see him doing what he does best, which is like riffing jokes. He's like, last time I sang this, I was in a pink caftan wearing a Peggy Lee wig. He's just like riffing, playing. And you're like, yes, beautiful. Love to see it.
Timeless.
Then he calls out that he has a celebrity friend in the audience, Little Miss Carrie Bradshaw. And then I love how he's like, remember books? She has a book. They're essentially a primitive DVD. And I was like, rest in peace, because now they're just Amazon.
Yeah. They're licensed to read a book through Amazon.
Exactly. So then he takes a break and walks over to the girls, and they're like, how long have you known Carrie? And he was like, since cats was just kittens.
Cute.
Can't get enough of this man. Charlotte's like, I love cats. And then he's like, medic.
Yeah. Perfect. Good.
Then Bitsy arrives. This is Bitsy's first episode. You will never see Bitsy again after this. Congratulations.
I think that's so funny. And just like that really treats her like the fan favorite recurring. They make her feel like Stanford level of recurring. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. She's in like 2 episodes. She's in this. She's in the episode where she's like spontaneously pregnant.
Oh my God, yeah.
And when Charlotte's trying to get pregnant. And then like, is she even in the movies? I don't remember. I don't think so.
I don't think so. And okay. Everyone's favorite.
And, you know, they're going around, they're laughing about cats, they're ribbing Charlotte about it. And then they say, you know, how are you? What are you up to, Bitsy? And she's like, I'm madly in love and I'm getting married. And they're like, Harry's like, who's the lucky stud? And then Nathan Lane's like, me. And then Carrie just like explodes into laughter and nobody else is laughing. And at this point, we basically learn that Nathan Lane is too gay to marry a woman, in their opinion.
Yes.
Which is then when we have to take the big T and step back and remember.
Yes.
Because you haven't seen the bisexual episode yet.
Right. Okay.
The capital the
bisexual.
The bisexual episode.
Okay.
We have to remember that bisexuals don't exist.
Yes. Right. I was going to say they haven't been invented yet.
They haven't been invented yet. So you're either gay or you're not. And the fact that he's like a little gay can't be with a woman.
Can't be happening. Yeah. It really takes the wind out of the sails of every joke that they make about this.
Again, it's like foreboding of the future where like, I think it's very relatable that we've all been in a situation where you thought somebody's sexuality was one way and then you learn that it's a different way and you're maybe surprised by that. I don't think that's like an unusual sensation and I don't think that's bad, right? Like we've all been there. It takes the gay wedding, literal gay wedding turn where it's just like, he's got to become the bully pinata this time.
Yes.
And so it just goes like one step too far where it's like, okay, now we're just being mean to this man.
Right. I thought this was going to be a bit that we do in this scene where Carrie laughs and then they're like, oh, okay. But they're just going to hit it a lot. It's a lot of air in this episode that's spent on like, haha, weird, right? And I'm like, all right.
And honestly,
let's move on.
If I had to put again the therapy classes on, which doesn't exist in the show, at the core of it, what they never address in the show but goes unsaid is that they're all jealous.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? Thank you. Let's get into that now. Everyone who's listening, let's put on your therapy glasses and let's get into this because that is the unsaid conclusion of the episode. They kind of almost get there. Like Carrie is going to kind of say something to this effect of the like people find a way or like maybe they figured it out and I didn't, but like not enough. She doesn't see the landing. I do think you're exactly right. I think they see a happy marriage and they are picking the hole in it and they're trying to find a thing wrong with it by like mocking it and making it weird. It's like, even if, again, I'm taking with a grain of salt, even if we pretend we live in this world where like bisexual people don't exist, right? And even if it is just like this like lavender wedding situation, whatever, it's not my business. They keep harping on it in a way to me that is like, I think this is just something they have not seen before, which is like a very happy relationship.
Yeah, where nobody's like really secretly fucked up. Yeah, exactly.
Like that's, you know, we know that she's with Harry now, I guess, but they're not really like haven't taken off yet as a relationship. So I would say arguably like none of them are currently in like a good situation, you know, a solid married whatever. You know, they're still also figuring it out.
And I feel like Bitsy, like, how can I say this? It's not like Bitsy's Natasha. You know what I mean? She's not like a hot model. And I'm not trying to insult the actress in any way, shape, or form, but I think that they chose a intentionally sort of older woman. You know what I mean? I think that's part of the reason why it's funny that she gets pregnant later. Because it's like, bitch, you old. You know what I mean? Like, how is an old woman getting pregnant and Charlotte's not getting pregnant, right? Like, I think that's sort of the underwritten joke there. That I'm not saying is funny. I'm just saying I think that's intentional.
I think you're right. I think you're right. The open like horniness of them, I think, is played up as a joke kind of partially because of that.
Right. And the whole thing of like the whole discussion that they have, which we'll get into obviously, about like to settle or not to settle or whatever. It's like, again, I just think that they're jealous. And so they're all taking it out on them, being like, how could she possibly be happy with that gay man? Again, because bisexuality doesn't exist. But also, who cares? Guess what? If she's happy with the gay man, then she is. If they're having great sex, who cares? Then they get divorced 2 years later. What does it matter?
What does it matter? I'm fully on this train with you.
Leave Nathan Lane in peace.
Yeah.
So anyway, they're all shocked by this, and then they like deeply kiss, and then he turns and says, Mr. Broadway has to tinkle before he tankles. And then they all sort of go around being like, I thought he was gay. And then they're like, maybe he's doing it for the money. And then Carrie's like, he's the original investor in a chorus line. And Miranda's like, I couldn't think of a more gay line than Mr. Broadway has to tinkle. And I'm like, okay, sit down.
Miranda, you're in timeout.
And then Carrie's
I know it's Michael Patrick King giving his blessing on all of these gay jokes, by the way. Like, you can hear him through the script.
I know, but like that's when I like really struggle sometimes with this show, where I'm like,
there's a lot of,
isn't it internalized hatred? Is he having fun? Is he thinking this is how straight people can access gay culture? Like, I'd love to find out if he has spoken on anything about that, or if people are even too scared to ask, because like, he is a gay man. He can write about gayness, LGBTQ in any way, shape, or form that he wants to. And I'm not trying to dictate that, but like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes it gets to a point where I'm like, maybe he just finds this really deeply funny. And again, this is like the 90s, the early 2000s, like humor was different, Right. People love to, I just finished watching that America's Next Top Model doc, and man, people love to be mean. So,
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. It was a different time, as annoying as it is to hear that. So like, he's writing for that. And also like, maybe he's also doing the thing of like writing a thing without thinking about how it sounds different coming out of his mouth, maybe to like his friends, versus coming out of like Miranda's mouth to like this group of people.
Yeah. I think that's, yeah. I never thought about it like that, because I do feel like these are sort of catty conversations that like I've been privy to, right, with like other people and different things. But you're right. It is different coming out of my mouth than it is coming out of, a person in that community. I think you're so right. I think that's too true. Well, it continues, because then Carrie's like, this wedding's not going to happen. One time he sold his bar to save orphans in Nicaragua, and he never did. Like, okay. And then we just like hard cut to like her having the save to date, being like, I guess it's happening. I'm like,
wait, what about orphans? Yeah. I was the same. He's like, what did you just say?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Like,
we're
go
not
back to that. Okay, whatever. I guess he's a liar. Like, it's like,
is that fraud? I don't know.
I don't understand why they just went like, this wedding isn't happening. Bobby does what Bobby wants. And then like, it's
hard
happening.
Cut to.
Yeah. Then we get into like Miranda again. Miranda's been the bully pinata all season. So she's like trying to pin it on Nathan Lane unsuccessfully. And she's like, this love facade is offensive. She's like, it's a lie to pretend like love changes your molecules. And again, she's like pissy. She calls it a pink suede elephant in the room, a charade. Take a seat. Take a number. Take a seat. Figure it out.
Figure it out.
Meanwhile, Samantha's like, well, we have got to find a place to stay if we're going to go to this luxe Hamptons wedding. And then Carrie's like, I don't even know who I'd bring as a date. And she's like, well, if you're going to bring a date, they have to have a house. And she says, it's a shame that I broke up with Richard before Labor Day. Like, that was a mistake. And then I do love that her and Miranda have this back and forth where, they're like, who even knows if the sex is good? As if that matters, but whatever. Who even knows if the sex between them is good? And then Samantha's like, well, all married couples eventually stop having sex for one reason or another. And Miranda's like, well, you have sex with a lot of married couples. And she's like, that's how I know that it stops. Genius.
Good line. Good singer.
And then Carrie comes up with this idea that actually the fundamental thing in a relationship is having a Zazoo, which is essentially the butterfly feeling. And even if that feeling fades, the memory that you had Zazazoos is what will keep you through.
I feel like look at your face. I don't even feel like I need to say anything, but because your face just says it all. Listen, I feel like every episode there's like one thing Carrie does where it's like we just hate it.
Yeah.
It's like it's not like we have like a long moralistic reason for it. It's just annoying. And it'll be like, I really hate this face she made in the scene, or like, I hate how she shouted on this line or whatever. I hate the Zazoo. I hate it. I don't want to hear about it. Zazoo. Shut up.
You're a grown woman.
And the amount of time she repeats it, it makes it sound like she's trying to make fetch happen. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It sounds less like a theme of the episode and more of just like she's waiting for like a laugh and nobody gives it to her, and I'm glad.
Yeah. No.
Doesn't deserve one.
Also, it's so Carrie. Because a normal person would be like, relationships are about like trust and that like you have this companion for life who like always has your back. And she's like, love is about a butterfly feeling that will fade. But even if it does fade, it's the butterfly feeling.
Yeah, it's
okay, girl.
Yeah, that's true. True Carrieism of like, it's about this, but sometimes it's this, but sometimes it is about the first thing. Like she does her little like circular conclusion where she's like, sometimes it is about love, but also it's the Zazoo that keeps it going. She can't say spark, she can't say butterflies, it's the Zazoo. And you need that for marriage, I guess. All right, Carrie, say so.
Okay, girl.
Thank you for your wisdom.
So then they make a whole straight quip, and then she says in a voiceover that Charlotte decides to be straight as well and basically reveal Harry. And she's like, I've been seeing this guy. And they're like, what do you mean? And she's like, he's not right. He's short and he's bald and he's literally Harry and I hate his name. And then they're like, okay, well, Samantha's like, is the sex also bad? And she's like, it's the best sex I've ever had. Incredible. So then we cut to Harry and Charlotte eating pizza in bed, and he reveals that he has an invite because he settled Bitsy's first divorce. And we also learn that he is a Hamptons baby because he has a house in the Hamptons, which I thought about your end just like that Fix-It review because they completely throw this away.
Oh my God, thank you for remembering that. I totally forgot about that. You're right, they do completely move past that. And, you know, and then we were doing our and just like that Fix-It, you know, episode or whatever. And I was like, wait, they should be Hamptons people. They should be, or one of them, you know, Harry wants to go to the Hamptons or whatever. He does have a Hamptons house. I was on the case.
You listen, you sensed it.
You smelled the Hamptons on him.
You went, something about this man. Yeah, I'm like, how does that not come back?
Yeah.
And then Charlotte says, like, I'm not really beach ready. And he's like, you're a knockout. And she's like, it's your back. And he agrees to get his back waxed if she'll come to the wedding with him.
Excellent. They're started dating an episode ago, and we're already into like goofy sitcom plots with them. And we're going to be here until the end of time. You know what I mean?
End of time. Time after time. So then we cut to Carrie at home columning, and she's like, in the absence of sex, what distinguishes, you know, your like romantic companion from your many others? And then she does her little rhyme. When it comes to saying I do, is a relationship without the Zazoo? Between this and the gay jokes, this episode is like stacked in the way that we don't like.
You know, we're already taking hits. Like it's got hands. This episode has hands.
But we do get this incredible scene, which is Samantha walking around on her phone. She just whips her phone out, and then she, you know, we understand that she calls Richard and she's like, you know, our relationship is the closest thing to marriage either of us will ever go through. And I believe I deserve a settlement. And that settlement is your Hamptons house where I'm going to stay for the weekend. You're not invited. I'm also throwing a party. You're not invited to that too. And then she says, it's Samantha. Call me.
Yeah.
I'm clapping.
I mean, what a voicemail. I hope Richard has that saved on his phone for the rest of time.
I would.
Time after
time. If I didn't want to get a copyright strike on YouTube, I would end this episode with that song. Instead, you'll just have to listen to us quietly sing it before our normal music comes in.
Yeah.
So then we cut to Miranda at home with baby Brady in this like really tender scene where Steve is napping. And he's like, I've got one more bottle. And then she's like, take a break, whatever, we'll get to it. Like I can deal with it. And then she sees that there's like a bouquet of lilacs on the dresser. And she's like, oh, Magda, I'm a guest, must have gotten these lilacs. And he's like, no, I got them. And she sniffs them. And she's like, wow, they're so nice. And he's like, yeah, good flowers, good soup. And then they make out.
Good soup. And
he goes from X to sex.
Yeah, I mean, so I will say this was the scene I was like, I really needed because we've talked about it before where I was like, wow, we really start season 6 just swinging into Miranda being like, I'm in love with Steve and I'm now making cupcakes for his girlfriend because I'm so desperate and I can't say my feeling. You know what I mean? It's like to go from, guys, Steve is not someone I love. He just happens to be a baby daddy. To that, I was like, there's just no way. This is the missing piece. I was like, I'm sad for Steve, but I'm also cheering because I was like, okay, now this is what I needed. This makes sense.
She will still say that she wishes he was gay because that would make things easier. But
right,
look,
with her, the wins are very short, and so I will acknowledge them, but not be able to revel in them, and that's okay.
But I love how tender the scene is.
Mm-hmm.
So nice. And I love the button that it gets at the end too, which we'll talk about more in depth. But like, every once in a while, somehow they're able to put down Michael Patrick King's like Sharpie style of writing for like a delicate ink pen. Very nice.
Right. Nice.
Very nice. So then Miranda's with the baby and Carrie and Samantha, and they're like at a rest stop out in the Hamptons. And Miranda's like, I'm a fugitive fleeing my home after sleeping with Steve. And she says, it was an itch that I shouldn't have scratched. And she was like, we had this sort of dynamic going on. And now that we've introduced sex, like, that was the only thing. The fact that we weren't having sex was the only thing sort of keeping us together. And then she's like, I don't want to give Steve the wrong impression. And Carrie's like, the wrong impression of being happy.
Well, really, honestly, we need to unpack that line. That was really good. If I was Miranda, I would just be silent for the rest of the episode thinking about that.
Well, she is, basically.
You know what? Fair.
Basically. Then Samantha comes over and she's like, by the way, I'm throwing an A-list party and Shitty Pants is not invited, referring to the baby. She's back on her mean baby shit. It's okay. It's fine.
All right. Samantha needs an up. That's fine.
It's fine. The fact that it's a literal baby, it's okay.
We've
all been there.
We've all had baby enemies.
Well, we got another baby in this episode, and that's Burger. Because he reappears.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
He's back pulling up on a motorcycle. And he, riffs with Carrie in the way that we know. And then she says, oh, I didn't know you were a motorcycle guy. And he's like, yeah, I bought it in reaction to my bad breakup. Red flag number 386.
I know, this is where this should have ended. But Carrie, oh my God.
And then he's like,
she's too distracted because she's wearing such a stupid hat that her thoughts are like not connecting to her brain properly.
She's wearing corsages. She's wearing dumb hats. She has dumb hair. She's falling apart. Like,
she's not making the best decision.
Completely makes sense why she dates Burger. Despite the fact that he's like a bleeding wound.
Yeah,
in every scene we've seen him in.
Even when he's in the relationship, when he's fresh out of it, bleeding wound. Also, this was just one of the like first, and I should say only rule my mother has ever told me about dating. Like, we never really talked about dating and sex or anything like that. The only piece of advice she like tossed my way, like some breadcrumbs, was just like, oh, just don't date any man who drives a motorcycle. And I was like, that's so specific for you to actually speak up and bring it that I have to take it seriously. Do you know what I mean? Like, I have to know that there's a story there, because, like, why would you just have that be your one piece of advice?
And at least if he's going to ride a motorcycle, like, have it be his personality, not this sad little show that he puts on. The fact that he's like, a bug hit my visor, so I'm shaking. I'm like, oh my God.
This is a weird bit.
And then Carrie invites him to Samantha's party because I guess we're back here.
All right, Carrie, whatever.
She's like, yep, Zazoo. And I'm like, oh, God. I'm like, you don't even have good sex with him.
That's true. That's true. We know that that's what's coming. So, you know, your Zazoo theory needs a little more polishing.
Yeah, rest in peace, girl. So then we cut to Samantha organizing this insane Hamptons house. Wish I had it. I literally was
like a Hitman level.
Do all the houses look like this? And then I was like, yeah, because I've never been to the Hamptons, because like empty pockets.
I feel like this was a good one. I have unfortunately been to the Hamptons, and it's like anyone I know that had a Hamptons house, it was kind of, it's not like mega mansion ugly, but it is like the big sort of like beachy colonial style house. Do you know what I mean? Like that kind of thing. What I liked about this house that I noticed was like, true to kind of Richard's form, is like, this is so obnoxiously modern in a way that like sticks out to me. Do you know what I mean? Like, I would describe what the limited I know of this world is like very kind of, it's the Gwyneth Paltrow like bougie, right? It's people who like think of themselves as very sophisticated, and even though they're like obnoxiously sort of like rich and outward, they want to be tasteful. They don't want to be gauche. They don't want whatever. And like Richard has like a glass mansion with like acres of land. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I thought that was kind of interesting that his was sort of like, you know, it really stood out to me.
This is when I'd like to read half of our Sex and the City Kiss and Tell book blurb, because there's 2 blurbs today for this season finale. So this episode was written-
and Michael's gonna be like, this is my house, and and anyone who insults it is an idiot and is a bad podcaster named Emily.
Not that, but basically.
Oh no.
No, I'm just kidding. But so this episode was written by Cindy Shupak and Michael Patrick King. And Cindy Shupak writes, Michael and I came up with the concept of glass houses as a theme, kicked off by Richard's glass house. And then our location department found the perfect glass house for us to film in and around. That's the magic of having a great crew from top to bottom. Every single detail of the show is perfectly realized. With this show, I feel like we're making a lovely little movie every week.
Well, 2 things. One, I'm glad she reminds me of the glass house theme. Now everything makes sense. Now I understand why they had to film it in this place. It's not just a Richard character. It's also, we need a glass house. Second of all, I love that her didbut is just like, location scouts are great.
Okay.
Thanks. We're making a mini movie. Yeah, I mean, you work in TV. Yeah. That's what happens.
Okay. That was just the silence of the simplicity being sucked out of the air. Just like, I read that before coming here today, and I was like, oh, God, sometimes these blurbs, it's like
they didn't know what to say. They don't remember.
Give me something. Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, yes, glass house intentional. Samantha's dressed gorgeous. Samantha's outfits all episode long are just like top. And these 3 young girlies pull up in a convertible and they pour out and they start heading into the house. And Samantha's like, waitresses, you have to get dressed in the guest house. And they're like, we're not waitresses. They're like, we go to restaurants. We don't serve at them.
They're all like they all want to have like a sex column. Look at their little witticisms. All their little comebacks to Samantha feel very funny.
Very funny. And then they're like, Richard said we could hang by the pool whenever we wanted. Dun dun.
Mm-mm.
Dun dun. So then we cut to the party in full swing. Again, Samantha, like radiant. This dress, if I could find it and wear it every day of my life, I would. And then I would feel the shame of not being Samantha Jones in it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just like the perfect outfit for her.
Yeah.
You know, she's running around owning the party. Carrie and Miranda show up with the baby. And she's like, sorry, I had to bring my baby. And, you know, Samantha's like, it's an A-list party. And they're like, is it A-list or is it D-list by the pool? Basically implying that these girls have dem titties, which I was like, how did you clock dem titties from like a mile away?
They were on Titty Watch.
It was crazy. They're like, is this a D-list? I'm like, excuse me, there's like 100 people here.
Yeah.
There's 100 people in a room and only one of them has incredible titties.
Yeah, exactly. I love it. Because, yeah, they haven't taken the suit off, so they're literally just like, my radar pinged these breasts.
And then Samantha's like, they won't leave. And then I just had to call out that Carrie refers to a cabana as a cabana.
Yeah, I caught that too. What?
I'm like, is that, comment in, is that how you say it? Have I just been Americanized this whole time saying cabana and it's really cabana?
Like, did we just drop the Enya? And have we just been embarrassing ourselves for years? Please comment and save us.
Please let us know.
I don't know.
And then,
I don't know.
That was like scary when I heard that, especially because she hit Nicaragua so hard where I was like, I guess Sarah Jessica Parker knows and I don't. And then
I love that that's our level of security and feeling of confidence in this area is where we're like, maybe Sarah Jessica Parker knows better than we do.
Exactly.
As if.
And then, you know, Miranda's like, is it no babies or no boobies? Because now the girls are taking their tops off and their titties out.
The titties are out.
Which is weird, but, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
They're going to do what they're going to do.
All right. This is how you do weird person at the party, not whatever was going on in just like that Thanksgiving finale. It's like, this is the level of weird crazy person that I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay. They own this pool. Why not? They would think that and they're hot.
So yeah, maybe they do I don't know. Maybe they're European.
Who knows?
Who knows? But they're from Nicaragua.
They're from Nicaragua. Okay. She like says it like that. It's like, calm down. Okay. So, she does have Carrie has a good quip here though, where she's like, my lady and my Brady, and like opens her umbrella to like walk away from a situation. Mm-hmm. Then we cut to Charlotte and Harry, and they're like preparing this pool chair, and Charlotte's like, those titties out, so inappropriate, and Harry's like, oh, Silicon Valley. And then Charlotte just goes like in on him, just like criticizing him, like everything about him. She's like she's like Hawaiian shirts are out. He's like, it's a tiki shirt. She's like, well, tiki it off. And then he takes it off and his back is fucked up from the wax.
Raw. Like layers of skin are missing and he's about to get the worst scar of his life, exposing that to the sun.
Rough. Whatever they did to his back to make it look like that, very convincing. Mm-hmm, it's like the hair looked like a merkin. This, I'm like, they actually killed him.
100%. Yes. The hair department needs a little work with that merkin. This, the makeup, I mean, we're making a little mini movie out here. So then Carrie, Stanford, and Bitsy, and I wrote Nathan. That's why I had to pause because I was like, Nathan? He's Nathan. Are talking. And what's amazing is I think the first line is literally Bitsy going, the sex, it's amazing. Which means like Carrie's been sitting there harboring like, is the sex good? Is the sex good? Is the sex good? I have to ask. Gets to a conversation with Bobby and Bitsy and is like, so how is this? Like, so Mark, how is your sex life? You know what I mean? Like it's like, yeah.
For the opening line of the scene to be like, and our sex life, it's amazing. I'm like, that's what she had to have done.
Yeah, that's how we had to have gotten here. That's so funny.
And then, you know, Nathan Lane makes a Gone with the Wind reference, and then they're just like making out. And then Marcus appears Obviously,
I like that you kind of said that like Nathan Lane doing a bit. Making
out.
out.
Oh, penis. And Marcus is there, and Nathan goes on like this extended riff about how he's like, whoa, put him away. He's too hot. And then he's like, I could grate cheese on these abs. And then he goes, put a shirt on before I marry you. And there's this like death silence in the air that's like, well, he will marry him because he's gay. And it's like, we all need to just relax. We need to relax. You are making this man and everybody involved uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And then he walks away with Bitsy and like squeezes her butt. They're all horrified by this.
I think they're like rolling. Like that's my explanation for this is like Molly is involved.
Yeah,
because
like the way that Carrie's like, I couldn't take it when he grated cheese on his abs. It was like,
yeah.
Calm down.
Yeah. I think Samantha was handing something else out at the party or something. Because like what the energy in this scene is incalculable.
But what I love, I'm already calling it, it's the release the Kraken for me.
Okay. All right.
Is when Marcus goes, maybe he just makes her laugh.
Yeah. It's so funny. It's such a good line. And I don't really know anything about Marcus at this point other than his like, you know, Broadway review thing or whatever. And like, this was such a character defining moment for him. It's just so simply and so sweetly. Maybe he just makes her laugh. With like a little wistful smile on his face. And they look at him like he's insane.
No, and then they grate him like Parmesan cheese because they're like, die! You know what I mean? They're like, how dare you say they're really happy. Incredible. Incredible. I don't know why
Marcus,
Stanford and
come on the
Marcus didn't run off together.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah. Seriously.
A shame.
A shame.
Then we cut back to Charlotte. She's like still on Harry, you know, like just going in on him. And then she's like, you have sauce all over your mouth. And then he like makes out with her. And then she has sauce on her mouth. And then she's happy. Yay.
Yay. I'm glad that he's happy with this. This is one of those things where I'm like, if this were a couple in public, I'd be like, wow, she's really being mean. And then I look at the other person to be like, do they seem really hurt by this? Is it a joke? I can't tell. Like,
yeah,
this is one of those things where it's like the fact that they're jokey about the sauce. I'm like, okay, I guess I just don't really know what their humor is, because I was with you where I was like, this is just nasty. Are they going to like break up and get back together by the end of the episode? Nope. He's going along with it. He thinks it's funny. I don't know.
Well, he's sitting on the big gun that we'll get at the end of the episode.
Oh,
so he don't care.
Right,
she can say
true.
whatever.
That's true. That's true.
But anyway, Carrie and Samantha are like gossiping about Bitsy or whatever. And then Samantha's like, do you think Richard slept with those girls? Which like, tragically, the answer is yes, all three at the same time. And then Burger arrives. I love this cute moment where Carrie's like, I need a mirror. And then like Samantha finds this like, you know, metal tray or whatever. And then like Carrie uses it to fix herself and run outside. And then like Samantha turns it around and like looks at herself like, I'd fuck me.
Yeah, I love it. I also shout out to this moment. This was, I think, one of the first episodes that my boyfriend and I watched completely. I'm usually, you know, whatever. He's like coming in and out, whatever. I think this was one of the first, and so he's still kind of learning who the characters are or whatever. And I loved that in this moment when she holds up the tray for Carrie and has this little thing, he just sent, is Samantha one of the fan favorites? And I was like, yeah, she is. And he was like, that was, you know, that was very sweet. That was very sweet. That won him over immediately.
Anyway, Carrie fires her because she's not doing a good job anymore. God. So then Carrie and Burger are chatting like in the parking lot section, and he is going on and on about his ex, red flag number 685. And he's like, you know, he's like, yeah, like my ex planted the garden in my house and like she wanted a fresh summer salad, but like we didn't even make it to the summer. I'm like, so this relationship was like 6 months long, and yet she designed your entire studio apartment, designed your Hamptons house, planted a garden. I'm like, sounds like this woman was doing things and going places, and you are a lump.
A loser.
A
Yeah.
loser.
It sounds
Yep.
like she got pulled in to whatever issue he was having and was like, I can fix him. And then she like moved in and made your apartment nice and made you a garden, and then was like, wait, he's a loser, and left. So good for her. I hope she's well. I hope she's friends with Nina Katz and having a good gossip sesh.
I literally was sitting here being like, why do I feel like it's Nina Katz somehow in my like headcanon? And then you said her name and I was like, stop. That is some psychic shit right there.
Yeah, you did look like you got struck by lightning. So I know you were, yeah.
Yeah, because I just, Nina Katz crossed my head. Then you said it and I was like, am I a medium? Is this what's happening? Wow.
Did she just like speak through us?
That was crazy.
We're haunted.
Well, we were haunted by Burger's ex because he goes on and on. And then Carrie, of course, brings up her ex, Aiden, being like, we broke up twice because, once wasn't enough. And then they sort of like laugh about that. And then Carrie goes like off on like, I'm not even going to repeat the whole thing, but like, she's basically like, you try to get through these things and then they're so bad and then you have to piece together and all you can think about is like, how many of these things can we survive? Like she's just like going on and on and on and on. And you can tell like, he's like gonna cry.
Yeah, he's on the brink. He's hearing, the gunshots in Nam, right? Like, yeah. He's so clearly upset and she just keeps digging in. It's kind of a wonderful moment. Like, it's a bookend to her freaking out his friends later,
It's crazy.
It's like, girl, just look at their faces for 2 seconds and see what's happening.
Connect with human beings. So, he's like, I should go. And then he like yanks his jacket back from under her. And then the way that he like pathetically bikes away is just like so sad.
I loved this. I hope that the actor doesn't know how to ride a bike and they gave it to him for this scene and they were like, go do it. You know what I mean? Like, cause it comes off so good of like, this guy doesn't know how to ride a bike and also he's just been traumatized and he's like about to start crying in his helmet.
What a sad character. At first you're like, he's so hot, he's so cool. And then you're like, dear God.
Yeah.
Every time I watch his season, it gets worse. For me, do you know what I mean? As an experience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. More and more of a loser.
Well, then we cut to another great Samantha moment in the kitchen. And, the three girls prance in and they're like, where's our tab? She's like, there's no tab here. And then they're like, Richard always leaves us Rice Krispie treats, which like made me laugh as if they like only eat Rice Krispie treats. And Richard's like, here you go. Here's 3. Have fun.
I love it. Again, this is amazing. Random baby mama being like, I only eat seaweed. And then Brady going out to go get the seaweed so that we can ruin the turkey for Thanksgiving. Like,
yeah.
Compare that joke done here of like, where are the Rice Krispie treats? He always leaves those Rice Krispie treats. And then Samantha treats them like the freaks they are and is like, no. What are you saying?
And then they're like using the lemons in their hair. And she's like, I paid for these lemons. I paid for these drinks, like grabbing everything back. And then she's like, the only thing you paid for are your breasts.
Got him. And then they're like, yeah.
And they're like, yeah, you're jealous. And she's like, yeah, I'm jealous. I'm dying to look like this. And like flips around with 2 melons and like makes this like heinous face with the melons. I mean, it's just like peak Samantha. Mm-hmm. And then they're like, well, maybe if you did that, then you'd be with Richard. And then she throws the melons and breaks the glass window. And then the writers are like trying to put this glass window thing because it's like everybody's throwing stones at the glass window that is like Bobby and Bitsy, right? And then here we throw the stone at the literal glass window because at these three girls. And I'm like, this is a convoluted plot. This thing you're trying to ram in here, it's not going. Unfortunately, the moral of this episode is Zazoo, and it's not Glass House. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Let her just throw the melon at the house.
Yeah. Agreed.
Also, I would just love to go to a party where a woman freaks out and throws a melon and breaks a window.
Would you say you'd like to go to a party where that happens?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
More of that, please. Me at your house.
You're the one who's like, New York is boring. And I'm like, well, let me take you to the Hamptons and we'll throw cantaloupes at glass houses.
I love it. I love it. So then presumably the next day, Stanford, Marcus are playing with Brady, and then Carrie and Miranda are off. And they're basically like, oh, all this food is great. All these towels and like napkins are great. Like, how come we can't just be with gay guys? Again, this whole scene. Make it stop. Carrie's like, well, I'm not going to be with anybody since I said bye-bye burger. And it's like, again, you should have stuck to that. And then she reveals that she was emotionally slutty. Because, you know, she did everything because of the Zazoo that was bubbling up inside of her. And then they're both sort of quipping about like, you know what, maybe we should just settle for a guy who's like just fine. We got the whole thing. Miranda's like, I wish Steve were gay. It would make everything so easy. And then Carrie's like, so gay area is better than a gray area? Again, burn this whole scene to ash, and then really burn this scene to ash because the button on this scene makes me so sad. Stanford, you know, walks over and Carrie's like, you did it. You have a house. You have a man. Like, you achieved something that we're all striving to do. And Stanford's like, Marcus and I haven't had sex since we picked out the Cynthia Rowley china. And Carrie screams, thank God, I am so relieved.
You really weren't kidding with the like, Stanford is just gonna, his character is Bully Pinata in universe. Like, he's just always going to get pushed around and picked on. I just feel so sorry for him.
It's just one of those things where we've all been there, you know, where I can see the scene. It's like, I'm making a made up conversation between you and me right now, which is like, oh man, Emily, like you have the perfect job. And it's like, I hate my boss. She's really mean to me. And I'm like, oh, thank God. You know what I mean? Like, how could it be so, like, I see the setup here, but like, can you imagine if I said that to you? You're like, actually, I hate my boss. And I'm like, oh, thank God.
Thank God.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, it's like if it was a boss thing or I hate the coworker or job thing, I feel like it's also like less personal. Whereas like, because this is a relationship thing and because I know it's Stanford's like big major relationship in a long time, you know what I mean? There's like too much context to this to make the joke land. It just sounds like mean. Whereas like, you know, if let's say it was like Carrie and someone else, they both went on a date that night. And one person was like, my date was amazing and perfect. And Carrie was like, oh, really? And then the other person went, no, he actually like snores and is bad in bed and whatever. And Carrie goes, oh, thank God. It'd be like mean, but in a funny way. You know what I mean? I'm like, that's a jokey way. Whereas because it's like Stanford's boyfriend he's crazy about, it just feels mean. I don't know. I'm trying to like put my finger on why I'm exactly with you where I'm like, the joke kind of is funny out of context of it being Stanford.
I think it's just like the chemistry cocktail is not lining up here. And so again, gay wedding. It just feels a little mean.
Yeah, something about it. But it's like a laugh line. I just, you know, whatever.
I didn't laugh.
I think I just want to give Stanford a hug after that.
Yeah, honestly, after every scene I've ever seen of Stanford, I'm like, give him a hug.
Yeah.
And then be like, it's okay. You're going to become a Shinto monk.
Right, exactly.
It'll all have been for something.
Jesus Christ.
So then we got to the Bitsy and Bobby wedding. You know, I think Stanford quips like the bride and the bride. die. And Bobby's like, I'll never forget seeing you in that red vintage Dior. I also just have to take a quick sidestep here and say that I hate Carrie's hair in this scene. Why do I hate Carrie's hair in this scene? Because she has the short hair. They have decided to put extensions, bad extensions in her hair. You can see the tracks in scenes to give her 2 more inches.
Is this the hair where it's like tied up in the back like this?
With the poof?
Yeah. No.
That I can see the extension tracks, that I can see where her hairline ends for 2 inches.
Yeah.
Like if you're putting extensions in, you might as well just have it all the way to the ground. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is weird. Like, why did we do it? Maybe it was, it was one of those things where they did this hair and then it didn't look right with the outfit, and Sarah was like, oh, I feel like a dangling sentence, whatever. And so it was like, it kind of was born out of that, and that's why it doesn't look very smooth and planned. That's my headcanon I've made up for this.
Or they tried it with the hair that she had, but because her hair is so layered, it didn't work. And so they were like, we need to put extensions here to make it straight flat. And that was a poor choice. So then, they're all sort of quipping about, gay wedding. And even Harry gets in being like, it's the information she's been Von muffling. And I love the way they all kind of look at each other like, okay, he can stay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's acceptable. And then we have this really tender moment where Bitsy breaks down and she's like, you'll always be there in my heart forever. And the camera sort of pans down all of them. And I do feel that this moment is a little earned where it's they all get burned. They've been roasting these people all fucking episode. And then they get there and they're like, wow, they're actually happy. And maybe I'm not.
Yes. Yes. We've pitched so many quote unquote themes for the episode that it got a little muddled. But this is the one that I think was the strongest. And like we said at the top, we're like, this is what it is. I wish we landed here stronger, but yeah, I agree. I really liked this moment. I liked being able to see their faces and have the realization of wait a second.
Maybe I'm just
I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just lovely every time. And I feel like it's just so relatable. I feel like no matter, even if it's the worst wedding you've ever been to, you have that moment when the couple is up there where you're like, oh, love,
Yeah, exactly. Oh, wait a second. Someone said something loving. Oh.
The ceiling's dripping on me. Whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever happens.
Yeah.
So then we get to the reception. Everybody's dancing and Harry comes over to Charlotte and he's like, you're going to hate my dance moves, but that's the risk that every man must make. And I do love that as he's on the way over, Miranda makes the joke where she's like, I feel like you sold him a little short. Because they're like, he's actually really great. And then Charlotte gets up and dances with him and you're like, oh,
I think that's very sweet.
That
nice. Really warmed my heart. We never really get to see that, a friend say something nice about a man. In this,
never.
I've just seen nothing but
never.
That was actually a really sweet moment for Miranda, being like, it's kind of great.
God forbid. God forbid. Yeah, I agree. I feel like he's the only boyfriend they probably audibly ever support. Except Steve in the first movie where Carrie's like, you shouldn't have left him.
Oh, right. True.
But anyway, Carrie's like, well, I wish I could dance with my boyfriend. Too bad I ruined it. And again, it's girl, you're better off. And then Miranda's like, do you want to hold my boyfriend? And then there's just this tender moment where, Miranda's at the table with the baby and there's lilac and she smells it. And then she tries to call Steve and he doesn't answer and she gets pushed to voicemail and she opens her mouth to say something and then gets scared. It's too vulnerable and then just hangs up. And then I don't know if they planned it. It feels like something that happened on the day where the baby just reaches for the lilac and kind of pulls it close to them. And Miranda just has this moment where she's like, yeah. Wow. in an episode
It's
where
really
they're
nice.
like, it's glass houses, glass house. And then they like trip, stumble, and fall into this like delicate scene.
Yeah.
Incredible.
I agree. I mean, we were both like, that baby's a good actor.
Yeah.
That was a good choice it just made. That was really smart. That was really interesting.
He's my enemy because he's good at acting.
Yeah, he's taking all your jobs, Marina.
He's taking them. What am I going to do?
To be clear, Brady's not the op. The actor baby is Marina's enemy.
Yeah, 100%. I'm very envious of baby actors. Could be me right now as the 31-year-old woman. Could be me.
That could have been you.
And then we cut to Bobby and Carrie are talking, and Bobby's like, do you believe this? And then like, you know, being like, this incredible wedding. Carrie's like, yeah, whatever. And then like the song starts playing and he's like, my song, my girl. And then he's like, in case you had money on it. And I'm like, yes, you tell her that you know she's being a bitch.
Yes, I love it. My skin clears up whenever someone like kind of calls Carrie out to her face.
Love it. Love it. But like in a very gentle, classy way.
Oh yeah, to be clear, I don't want people like throwing their glass at her. I want her friends to kind of give her a little nudge, you know.
To bully her
like,
for sucking, yeah.
Yeah, I see you. Just being like, yeah, I see you. Let me go dance with the woman I love, by the way. Bye.
Bye. And you're here alone? Love it. Then Samantha's getting a drink at the bar and it's like got a big like mango in it. And then of course Miranda's like, careful, don't throw any fruit. And then I did love the phrase Samantha has here, which is party crashing pussy posse. That's you and me.
Oh, yes.
That's our improv team name when we do two prov.
Ooh, that is our two prov name. Party crashing pussy posse.
Incredible.
Ooh, trademark it quick.
And then she goes, what happens when your Zazoo sours? And then they're like, Zaza, ew. That's how you feel.
Enough.
No. Then we cut to Carrie, you know, alone. And then Bitsy and Bobby are dancing. And then she's like, the creme brulee wasn't hard enough. And then Stanford's like, that's not the only thing that isn't hard enough. Whatever.
Jesus.
Whatever. Then we cut to Charlotte and Harry, and they're just like so cute and they're in love. And then he's like, well, where is this going to go? And she's like, well, we'll find out. And he's like, no, you're not Jewish. And I have to be with a Jewish woman. And then she's like, so like, what is it? She's like, you can I forget what she says, where she's like, you can wax your back, but you can't be with an Episcopalian. Like, it's like incredible.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I can't. And then she's like, well, what do we do? And then he's like, dance. And then we end on, say it with me all together now, Zazoo. And it begins our rant from season 6, which is how far can you take the Jew jokes before it becomes too far?
Yeah.
Born today.
Born today. When you were watching this as an innocent young girl for the first time, you were like, that's a funny joke. And then you thought it would end there, but oh boy, just wait till season 6.
Oh boy, ramps all the way up. Yeah.
Zaza Jew. God.
Exciting.
But, like, we came up with the phrase Zazoo to land that joke. I feel it in my bones. I don't know.
I can't think like that. If I think like that, I'm not going to wake up tomorrow. I'm calling sick out of work, you know?
You're too angry to get up.
So then Burger shows up. Dun dun.
Dun dun.
And, you know, he's like, I was invited, whatever. Okay. And then they start dancing and he's like, you're awfully quiet. And she's like, I intend to stay that way. And then, you know, he's like, I wasn't sure I was up for all that again. I guess dating, ? And then he's like, but I decided we should go on a date before we break up.
A good line, unfortunately. This is a problem with Burger, is that like he's witty enough that he has a good line despite being a piece of shit.
Yep, exactly. Then we have like another tender moment where we just cut to Samantha dancing with Miranda and Brady.
This was so cute.
Full circle.
This was adorable.
She's been so mean about the baby all season.
Yeah.
And then this is the like stage picture that we end with. Gorgeous.
Loved it.
And then Carrie has her final thing being like, don't throw stones. Whatever. I tuned out completely out of the stone metaphor. And then she's talking about like some people settle, you know, some people go for more, and some people refuse to settle for anything less than butterflies. Again, concluding that the moral of this episode is Zazoo and not glass houses. Good night. My thesis is over.
Yeah. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Yeah, and also kind of, you said this already, but like so Carrie to be like, well, I don't settle for anything, because remember, like she has to be superior in all things. So it's like some people settle, except me. I only go for the top burger. I only accept the cream of the crop.
I go for love, all encompassing love. Yeah, no, it is that. It did make me laugh when she was like, and some people never settle for anything less. And I was like,
this motorcycle man.
Okay. Hope you're happy when you get that Post-it. That's going to be so
right. Exactly.
fun
Enjoy
you.
Being a rebound to Mr. Post-it motorcycle man. Don't settle for less, kids. I do like also, my boyfriend does know little pieces of burger because I've mentioned the vagueness, the plot or whatever, but I do like that anytime he has come on screen, he just shakes his head and goes, his name is Burger. Like, that's what bugs him the most about that. And now I, like, can't hear it anymore. Like, it does sound dumb every time I say it now.
Did you hear the chuff text when he shows up at the Hamptons and there's a woman in the background that for some reason is a little loud than normal being like, yeah, I'll take one burger. And then he, like, turns around and it's him.
That's... All right. Read your book while I process that information.
Okay, no, just kidding. This is the last quote. As you can see here, for those who are watching, there's 2 quotes on our little book today. So the first one I read was from Cindy Shupak. The second quote is from Michael Patrick King. He writes, we've all been nominated for this season for writing, directing, costumes. It just feels like this amazing pastiche of incredible joy because we finished and everyone was pregnant and healthy and it was summer and really romantic. The song, Is That All There Is, came first. If that's all there is, if there are no men, let's break out the booze and have a ball.
Okay, another nothing burger.
Hey.
Burger.
Hey. Yeah. I like how he was like, we were all nominated, so whatever. Get off my back.
Yeah, I think they definitely like don't remember this episode. And they're trying to say something because they're like, we did production on that. It was great. And we got Emmys.
Every episode was like a little movie. Okay. So we end, technically today we're going to have 2 endings. Our first ending here is with our high and our low, our rose and our thorn. Emily, what was your negative of the episode? What was your diarrhea?
I think the conversation where they're like debating the marriage. It's like Miranda and Carrie, I think.
When Stanford and Marcus are taking care of the baby?
Yeah, when they're doing the baby in the background. And then I can't remember exactly what they said, but it's like that conversation, I just remember being a little tapped out.
Yeah. For me in general, it was just like Carrie spiraling about Burger. I just couldn't take it. Anytime we cut back to that, I was like, oh God. Mm-hmm. The first time I watched it, I was like, yeah, girl. And now on my like 18th rewatch, I'm like, we just gotta move past this.
Right.
What was your high? What was your release the Kraken?
I loved Samantha and Miranda dancing at the end. I thought that was so sweet. I want more little background things like that.
I said mine, which is Marcus being a proto Smith Jarrett in a way, which is the only insightful guy there.
Simple, insightful himbo man. Actually, I wouldn't call Smith Jarrett a himbo. He's a little too clever for that.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Marcus. I forget like when they break up or whatever, but sad.
Sad. I'm sad.
And then this is our second ending to the episode, if you can believe it, because we have our trivia quiz at the back.
Oh my!
Kiss and Tell book.
Oh my God! What?
Do you remember everything that happened? Because you're about to have the test.
I'm like trying to look at my notes. Oh my God! But so many of my notes are not going to be helpful because they're just me writing like "boo."
I hate this.
Boo, Richard.
Okay, so there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 questions. Okay.
Oh God.
And there is no prize.
Okay, good.
Let me just quickly find the answers page. Okay, are you ready?
No, but go for it.
Question 1.
Okay.
According to Charlotte, how many great loves do you get in a lifetime?
Okay, I know this one. This is 2.
Correct.
Because
I didn't even check the answer.
This is I conveniently just got divorced. Tidbit.
Yes. I'll read you the multiple choice, which is 1, 2, 3, or however many you believe you deserve. Question 2. What does Richard give Samantha on the way to Atlantic City?
This is the necklace, or no, it's the thong with the pearls.
Correct.
Okay.
I'll do this. If you're stuck, I'll read you the multiple choice options.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Wait, I'm curious what the choices were.
A diamond ring, a bracelet, a wallet from Chanel, a pearl thong.
All right.
Question 3. What number does Carrie bet on in Atlantic City?
Oh, it has to do with the age, but I don't remember how old she is. Is it 34? No.
You're close. I'll give you another shot.
32.
The correct answer is 36.
Oh, damn. Or maybe it wasn't related to the age. I was guessing 34 because I was like, I could have sworn there was a pun about 34.
It is related to the age because Charlotte's turning 36, but she wants to stay 35.
Oh, okay.
So you were there.
I got the gist of it, but yeah.
That's like a 0.5.
Okay. Oh, thank you. Yay. We're grading on a curve.
Question 4.
Okay.
Where does Miranda meet the overeater?
At the weird dystopian Weight Watchers check-in line.
Yes.
For the scale. Yeah.
Correct.
Why am I shaking?
Question 5. Where do Charlotte and Harry first have sex?
In it's the bachelor pad that he's in. It's his friend. It's a weird story where it's I'm renting my friend, subletting my friend or whatever, and they're in the weird cave. Yeah.
Congratulations.
What a scene. Yeah.
Correct. Question 6. Who opens for Carrie in San Francisco?
I know it's the dog. I want to see if I can get the name. Mr. something.
That's correct.
Mr. What's his name? Is it Mr. Wiggler or something?
Close. There's a joke about Mr. Broadway going to the bathroom, and that word rhymes with the dog name.
Mr. Winkle?
Congratulations.
Oh my God. Thank you for piecing that together with another trivia question hidden in that.
That's how you do that. That's a
big brain move.
And the last question. What does Samantha throw at Richard's young party crashers?
It's a cantaloupe.
Yeah. What's funny is in the book, the picture right above the question is her holding a cantaloupe.
Okay.
So I guess I'm let me check and make sure that's the actual answer. Yep, that's the answer. So
yeah, so they just thanks for that assist.
Very good. Well, this has been season 5. Thank you for joining us, and we'll be back
Season
when we're
4.
back, okay? And in
Yeah.
the meantime, you can do some work. Okay, we've done a lot of work over here. You can like, you can subscribe, you can star, you can fave, you can love, you can follow, you can do everything. You go to YouTube, you can watch Baldur's Gate, you can join our Patreon. You do something for once. Just do it.
Take responsibility for yourself.
For yourself. And with that, we'll end our episode with a song. Time after time. Time after time. Time after time. When you go, I'm in and I will find me. Time after time.
Oh, I should do I'll do the alto harmony. Time after
time. When you crawl and you run and you will find me. Time after time. Time after time.